With the power of infinity, Satoru Gojo is nearly unkillable. So how did Toji Fushiguro, the man with no cursed energy, manage to do the impossible? Let's break it down. Toji Fushiguro didn't defeat Gojo Satoru through strength. He didn't overwhelm him with cursed energy or technique. No, Toji won because he understood the most fundamental truth of battle. The strongest weapon isn't power, it's understanding. Toji knew he couldn't kill a god head-on, so instead of charging blindly, he played a longer game. He let weaker assassins go after the bounty first, not to succeed, but to wear Gojo down. And it worked.
Satoru, you haven't released your technique since yesterday, have you?
Due to his cautious nature and the desire to let Riko enjoy her final days before merging with Master Tenjin, Gojo never released his infinity for 3 straight days. He stayed alert, tense, and most importantly, awake. Inside the secure Jujutsu High Barrier, Gojo finally let his guard down for a moment, releasing his infinity. But Toji, due to his heavenly restriction, has no cursed energy. That makes him invisible to many forms of detection, and able to pass through barriers with ease. In that brief window, Toji struck. When Toji Fushiguro's blade pierced Gojo's back, it wasn't just a lucky strike, it was a masterstroke of psychological warfare. At first glance, Toji's choice of a mundane katana might seem like a simple means to bypass infinity undetected. But the true genius lay in the illusion it created. By using an ordinary weapon, Toji made Gojo believe that the only reason he'd been wounded was because he had momentarily lowered his guard. This deception gave Gojo a false sense of security. He assumed his attacker was nothing more than a skilled human who had seized a fleeting opportunity, one that would never come again. This underestimation was evident when Gojo casually instructed Geto to escort Riko inside, confident he could swiftly end the fight. But Toji wasn't relying on luck. His real weapon wasn't the katana, it was Gojo's own arrogance. The split-soul katana, the inverted spear of heaven. Toji's arsenal was engineered for one purpose, to dismantle sorcerers piece by piece. And when Gojo blasted him away with blue, Toji did what he did best. He turned destruction into opportunity. The shockwave became his smokescreen, the rubble his hunting ground. Gojo stood at the epicenter, scanning the wreckage, his breathing sharp, controlled. Then movement. A swarm of cursed flyheads descended, clouding his vision, his judgment. He could have obliterated them with another devastating strike. It was the logical choice. But logic falters when something precious is at stake. Gojo's eyes flickered toward Riko's last known location. A split-second hesitation. And that was all Toji needed. A shadow materializes behind Gojo, silent, inevitable. Then it happened. The inverted spear of heaven slashed forward, and infinity shattered. In that instant, Gojo was no longer untouchable. No barrier, no technique, no time to think. Toji closed the distance with terrifying speed. No words, no hesitation. Just cold, lethal precision. Gojo staggered, still trying to process what was happening. But Toji didn't stop. Strike after strike. Unrelenting, surgical. And then, the final blow. The dagger sinks into Gojo's forehead. The 6 eyes dim. The strongest falls. Toji Fushiguro didn't win through cursed energy. He had none. He didn't win with flashy techniques or overwhelming force. He won by using everything at his disposal. Weapons chosen with purpose. Timing that danced on the edge of fate. When the dust settled, it wasn't cursed energy that claimed victory. It was a man. A man who used every ounce of his mortality to bring down the strongest,